Laughter, they say, is the best medicine. We'll get ready to do a lot of that this morning as the face and name behind Nigeria's hit comedy series, Stand Up Nigeria, with Bunmi Davies. Joins us.
When you hear, what's happening
now?
You know? Bunmi, good morning and nice to see you, really.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here.
It's really
And
interesting.
thank you for reducing the suicidal rate in Nigeria. Because,
Yeah, we talked about it
apparently.
earlier this morning. You know, the point there is, it's a very serious issue when it comes to the rate of people committing suicide. But if you keep that aside, people who just go, there's an atmosphere where you go to laugh and all
away
of
your
that.
trouble.
It's really very interesting. Tell us generally, how did you come about this Stand Up Nigeria issue? It's really a phenomenon. How did you come up with that?
The show will be 10 this year.
wow.
Before then, what used to happen was comedy was like an appendage to other forms of entertainment in Nigeria. Each time we had to do our shows, we had to perch on music or something else. There was nothing for comedy by comedians.
So comedy was a spare tire.
Oh yes. you have an event of say 6 hours, and they're telling you we can only allocate 20 minutes to comedy. Are you serious? It takes more or less the same resource for the guy to leave his house, come to the event, and put in that time. Why 20 minutes? You're underutilizing the resources. So I said, you know what? We have to do something about it. And the outsiders will not come and do it for us. We must do it ourselves. So we started the first 100% comedy show in the country.
Wow.
Nobody gave us a chance. Sit down 2 hours, laugh, no music, no break. Oh, come on, Bunmi, you can't be serious. We had our first show. Less than 12 people in the venue.
Wow. Wow.
It was horrible.
Wow. But did the show hold?
It held. Till date, we are yet to air that episode. It was that bad. It was that bad.
I hope the 12 people laughed.
Well, they didn't have a choice because part of the 12 people had my wife, her friend, my sister-in-law.
They had to show some support.
So they didn't have a choice. They had to laugh or else they were not coming back home.
Bunmi, I can't tell precisely. I can see some gray beards. I don't know whether it's a function
It's
of
not makeup,
age
it's not costume.
or when money start coming in a lot. I mean, it just starts
It changes
coming
the
out.
colors of it.
Oh, you're right.
But comedy is no doubt becoming a big industry in Nigeria. We don't know whether it's a function of the economic situation of the nation, you know, a result of the quality of life of the people. But tell us, how has this industry really grown? Is it paying the bills? And, you know, how seriously are people taking it now?
It's a function of continuous hard work. Work of, for some people, over 25, 30 years. Alibaba is celebrating his 30 years in the industry this year. You can't do that consistently. You put in all you have and you don't get good results. I mean, gone are the days when somebody would tell his parents that when I grow up, I want to be a comedian. Are you okay? That would have been the response. Now you say it and you say it confidently. And the parents who are following the trend will give you the support because they know you can build a career in that line now.
That's right.
It's very, very possible. It's not something that happened overnight. As a matter of fact, we are not where we want to be yet. It's a continuous process. It's
All right.
not a destination.
We're going to talk about your new project, the Owambe show that you're coming up with. But before then, when it comes to the response of comedians to when you call them and you're galvanizing them, you know, bringing them together on a platform, what's their initial response? What's their response now? Can you make us understand?
To me or to others?
Yeah, to you when you make the call, because the show is yours, the platform is yours.
To me, I really don't have any. I don't have challenges when I call them.
Okay.
Because what we've designed is win-win for everybody.
Okay.
For us, for the comedians, for the society.
You mean they get paid?
Somewhere down the loop, money comes back to them. Let me tell you how that works for us in Stand Up Nigeria. When the show runs, at intervals, you have our number.
Okay.
Now, that number has become the leading comedy number in Nigeria, 070-5555-3000. Even events that are not our events, people call to make inquiries. We go all out to make sure we're on top of things, to pass information when they call. We won't say, no, it's not us, so we are not interested.
Okay.
That way, we connect people,
You give
the
back.
owners of the event and the public. For the comedians, when this program is running, and we get a call to say, I saw ABC on your show. I have an event. I would like to have him on. We don't act as middlemen taking commissions. We connect both parties and we step back. Now that's money. That's money.
How did all of this start for you? I can't remember seeing you on stage, you know, cracking
I was on stage.
jokes.
I was on stage. I'm an actor.
Awesome. So, but right now, I see you more as there's anything
Behind
like
the scene.
comic entrepreneur, someone who is putting things together. Take us through your story from where you are to this point.
It started as fun. While doing it way back in university, I was a member of the theatre club, Theatre 15, University of Lagos. That was where I got hands-on knowledge on how to put things together. Then I remember in '96, I was actually a PA in a movie set.
No.
Wow.
But you know, the kind of PA that would ride a CRV. I wasn't a please, for the records. So it dawned on me that, hey, what you're doing for fun can actually pay the bills.
That's right.
Because I remember very well, this particular movie I'm talking about, I was paid 8,000 naira.
8,000. Wow.
What year was that? Because the year is also
1996.
important.
1996. Okay.
1996.
So we'll do our
The pay
calculation.
was
Wasn't that some
8K.
good money?
So I was like, okay, 8K just for enjoying
being-
myself. Are you serious? Okay. If I really put more into it, maybe. So I continued. And at a point, it dawned on me that, hey, you're good at putting things together. Why don't you help do that and see how you can grow yourself? And here we are today.
Awesome.
It's really interesting. Talk to us about the Owambe show, because it's been making a lot of rounds here and there and so on. But we still really need to know what it's all about and where you're going with this.
The Owambe Show is our new baby. If you think Stand Up Nigeria is big, wait till we start the Owambe Show. It's a wedding TV show
Okay.
where we're going to do the pre, the wedding proper, and the post of the wedding.
Wow.
Most people just come on wedding day, enjoy the jollof rice, and go home. A lot new baby. If you think Stand Up Nigeria is big, wait till we start the Owambe Show. It's a wedding TV show
Okay.
where we're going to do the pre, the wedding proper, and the post of the wedding.
Wow.
Most people just come on wedding day, enjoy the jollof rice, and go home. A lot goes into that process. Getting your vendors together, the fights, the mother, bride
Of course.
fights, the groom, and his everything we're putting
So you
together.
intend to capture all of this?
Everything.
That's a whole lot of work.
Couples will have to pay more money to get married. Isn't that
Not
what it means
exactly.
eventually? Because
Not
they'll have to
exactly.
pay you to cover all of these.
That's the
drama.
interesting part of the business model.
Okay.
We're not pushing the costs on the couple. We're driving volume.
Okay.
We have our equipment, remember?
Okay.
And one of the things we don't do in Afrotainment is to rent out our equipment, because I've seen people drop cameras on the ground at the beach, on the sand. Sand, salt, water, the three things that don't work with the camera. And this guy dropped it on the sand. I was like, no, this can't be your equipment. So rather than rent out the equipment and they come back spoiled, we make use of the equipment.
Okay.
We have a 69-man crew that we're putting behind this to make sure it works. So as long as everybody is busy, we'll make good sense of
So
it.
how does an intending couple take advantage of this? The Owambe Show.
Hit us up on at the Owambe Show all social media handles at the OMB.
There are quite a number of people getting married these days. So what are, what are your criteria for choosing?
People have always been married.
I mean,
do you have criteria for the kind of couple you want, or anyone who just applies or who just calls to say, I want my show on Owambe show?
We have some standards we must meet.
Okay. Talk to us about it.
What we call the wedding must be dope.
Okay.
Must be wow.
A society wedding.
There are some quiet weddings that are not society weddings, and they are still hot. They are still very, very interesting to watch. We look at the people getting married. We look at their personalities. There are some quiet people, but if you give directions that let's do this, A, B, C, D, the content will come out good.
have you started production? Have you tested
Oh yes,
these?
we have some episodes ready.
Oh,
Our
beautiful.
first season will be ready within the next 6 weeks. Then we go on air probably in January.
Now, I feel like
You want to get married
marry my
again?
wife again.
But you can go ahead. You can go ahead. Plan to have propose to her all over again,
Because the way,
and then
the way weddings are now, they're like movies. And then you're like, did I really get
did I
married?
get married that time? Are you serious?
We go with you with cameras for maybe 4 days, record everything. We have about 100 hours of tape, and we'll cut it into 30 minutes. That's a lot of work.
That's a
It
whole
will be
lot of
interesting to
Hours
watch.
into 30 minutes. Wow.
That's a whole lot of work.
It will be interesting to
But are you saying categorically that the couples do not have to pay a dime to make this possible?
Okay, that was contagious to me too.
I think I've answered that.
What a way to answer.
All right. No, it's quite interesting in, looking at the, like you said, for those who think that Stand-Up Nigeria is big, wait for Owambe. So it's good to see all of these brands. But however, when it comes to the monies behind it, because there has to be monies to keep this thing running. Talk to us about how lucrative this is, because the point there is there are young people out there who just sit down and watch the TV, who have something going on in their minds. I want to come up with a concept. I have a concept. I want to turn it into a TV program and all of that. But how does the money come in and all of that? Talk to us about how the money is behind rolling a program like that.
It's lucrative enough to keep us in business.
Okay.
It's lucrative enough to shut out distractions.
Okay.
Lucrative enough for you to say, okay, you know what, you're not going to write, I beg to apply to work for ABC, because you can build the business to even be beyond the country.
Right.
Now, how does the money come in? Create value. It's one thing to be funny. It's another thing to know the appropriate jokes to tell at the event. Read a lot. Watch a lot of documentaries. Anything you can see, pick up, assimilate, and think of how you can now apply it to what you're doing now. Above all, create structures. It's not just, I'm going to tell this joke, go, 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 go. You need people behind the scene to run it for you, to tell you, okay, I think for this event, do 5 minutes and leave. Most of us don't have those structures. We're just interested in, let me just go and perform and come back. No.
So there are quite a number of young people out there who, are ventured into comedy. Some of them university graduates who have left, huge prospect of having a good,
Because it's
a white-collar
it
job.
is a prospect on its own.
I was going to ask that, how do you know that you are cut out for this job? Because there are people who call themselves comedians and they're not funny. Of course, I understand that you might start out not being funny, but definitely there should be certain things you look out for to be sure that you are in the right field.
If you're true to yourself, there are some vibes you will see, you will get, and you will know. Entertainment is big. It's not just being in front of the camera that is the only option. You can decide to be an entertainment lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
You
Entertainment attorney.
there are 1,001 things. You can be the engineer who designs some lovely apps or something. It's for you to know where your strength is and know how you can play.
It's all right. We're looking forward to seeing amazing things from you. The Owambe show is one of my favorites already, and I'm considering,
Even though you've not watched it?
even though I've not seen it, because I'm beginning to consider doing my, wedding
No,
again.
I think.
Of course, with the same wife,
I
anyway.
think, yeah, I think your wife will be happy.
But I just
No, you need to spell it out.
before I get back home and then
I will be number one to report you on that. Okay, now, Bunmi, you're still with us, and we're having a mix of your side of things and also the musical side of things this morning. We have, I'll be going to the piano. We have a very beautiful piano down here, and we have Seun Owaje with us, and he certainly will be playing some songs for us when we get there. So I know in the next couple of minutes, we'll be having him to talk to us about music, the power of music. We're talking about the power of comedy right now. We're talking about the power of music and how to put all of those together. We're still with Bunmi Davies. Now, amongst all of the shows you have put together under the Stand Up Nigeria, which one among them stand out for you?
That's an interesting one, because I'll look at it from 2 points.
Okay.
Stands out financially, stands out creatively.
Yes.
So which one are you talking about?
Both would be nice. Both would be nice.
I think the 2013 Boxing Day edition,
Okay.
because it was the first time we did the boxing ring concept, and everybody was wowed. Everybody. It hadn't been done before in the country. We built the stage, we built a boxing ring right in the middle of the hall, and we had the audience sit around. Even the comedians were like, so Baba, we go take enter this ring now.
And that also made them a little bit more creative.
Oh, yes.
It affected the kind of jokes. I mean, it influenced what they said and all of that.
That stands out for me.
Oh, I see. That's fine. Also in the area, we're still going to keep you. Let's get into the music now. Put on your dancing shoes and get ready to groove to some good music. As Ace, pianist, music composer, and CEO of Center Techniques is here to help you get your weekend started. And I'm talking about Seun Owaje. And certainly I'll be happier to move to where he is. Maybe I'll go to join him.